think it's one of the most important things in a family business setting for the coming generation to try to attain clarity about what they want to do with their life. And in that process, whether the family business fits in or not. I always think, being Scottish without historically being ancestral, being Scottish, Polish and Irish background here, I always think of Robert Burns and the fact that he was going to inherit the family farm. And you think, what a horrendous waste for humanity if he had been a good businessman in a farm. Nobody would have heard of him. Auld Lang Syne would not have been sung everywhere around the world at Hogmanay and New Year's Day, and all these things. And so I think that individuals have got one crack at life, and the great challenge is that when you're 16, 18, 20, 25 years old, you don't know enough about life to know what to choose in life. So you're kind of second guessing, or you're wandering kind of blindly. But you do have gut feelings, deep feelings, and you do have passions and interests and leanings. And I think you should try to clarify that. You should try to be clear about, what do you really love doing? And can you make a life from that? I mean, I unfortunately, like Robert Burns, sort of went in the direction also, amongst other things, of poetry. Very few people make a living from poetry. I would not recommend it. I'd still recommend writing it, wouldn't recommend trying to earn your living with it. So that there needs to also be that clarity, the ability to think both, ideally, I want to do this, but practically, I need to earn this, I need to cover finances for family or whatever. But it gives you the clarity and the calmness to come up with possibilities for your life. I think the other thing then that fits in within a family business context is hopefully the ability for the family ownership to allow flexibility over the long run, so that if someone wants to join the family business, but they're not sure if they're going to want to be there in 5 or 10 years, or vice versa, that within the realms of needs and possibilities, that the family can try to provide those options and those alternatives as the individual grows older, because you don't know what you're going to need or want in the future. And a family business should serve the family without screwing up the business in the process.